Hey guys, welcome back for another video. And this is of course going to be another tree cutting video. And this is that leaning oak that I was looking at before. Not the big one leaning towards the house that I've been talking about, but this is the one that's going to be in the way of me dropping this big birch. It's definitely going to get hung up on it because of the way it's leaning. It also has been losing some of its canopy. It looks like it might be dying. With the amount of lean that it has, it may also be potentially splitting, which also introduces another danger when it comes to falling trees that have an extreme lean. Is when you start cutting into it, it could barber chair, which means the tree will split and potentially kick back at you, which I want to avoid. So I'm going to try doing a small notch in the front and then plunge cutting it and then leaving a strap of wood in the back, removing that at the end to release the tree to fall. I'm gonna get set up, get this tree cut down, put it on the ground, get it limbed up, and so we can start collecting brush. And yeah, so we'll take it from there. Let's see how it goes. Thought I would stop the video here and just show you what I mean by a plunge cut. And this is kind of basically a method to use to avoid, hopefully, the tree from snapping up the middle and kicking back. I could have cut it a little bit higher, probably would have been better, but I'm still going to make it over to the notch. I should be able to just leave like a couple of inches here, probably 2 inches. With the amount of lean in it, it's gonna come over. So I only have to cut maybe another inch. It's gonna leave a hinge here. And the benefit of this type of cut is it's gonna leave all this meat back here, which is gonna hold the tree from going over until I cut out the back, and then it'll fall. And what that's gonna do is prevent the tree from splitting up in this direction, because all of that's already gonna be cut. So all it's going to be left is the hinge for it to fall over with. So as soon as I cut that back strap out, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to run away. And you can see here I got a couple inches left on the hinge on this end, so I'm good on this side. I'm just going to cut a little bit more on the other. Then I'm going to come out the back, and that tree is should go that direction pretty quick. And that's when you're going to see me take off. So just wanted to stop and explain that so you knew what I was doing. So this cut went perfectly and is exactly as I planned. So that worked out really well. I'm really happy about that, because you could see as soon as I released that back strap, this is all I had left here, that tree just immediately started going. Like I mentioned, I was leaving a couple inches of hinge here, which is exactly what I left. Nice and even and perfect all the way across, which is nice. A small notch in the front, just enough to give it some direction. And if you don't cut your hinge even with your notch, your back cut isn't even with your notch isn't gonna send the tree in the direction you want it to. So you want to try to get your back cut lined up the best you can with the cut of your notch. And when I first went into the tree, might be hard to see here, but you can see I went in once and I could see I was going too high. So I redirected, came back in, and came in at the same angle as the notch in the front, which is important. I'm definitely no expert and still have quite a bit to learn, but you can see that there were plenty of holding fibers here, keeping that tree standing until I cut that back strap. So these actually pulled straight out the bottom of the tree. So it's pretty cool how that works. And it's a nice, safe way to cut a leaning tree. You can see it landed pretty much exactly where I wanted it to. All right, let's work on getting the next tree, which is gonna be this birch tree here, which is leaning in the direction where I'm standing, which is why I needed to take that tree down first. We'll get this one on the ground, get the limbs cut, and we'll start collecting brush for the pile, and we'll go from there. Black and Special 066. It's good to have right tools for the job. I gave it a smaller notch in the front. I didn't want to come in as far, so I went about 20% in to the log, into the tree. And the reason for that is I wanted to leave enough meat on the back cut so this way I could come in and use a wedge in order to prevent it from leaning back. Even though I could see the lean of the tree was going in that direction, it wasn't enough of a lean that I felt comfortable relying 100% on that. So I stuck a wedge in there, just pushed it in by hand. All that did was just keep the tree from coming back, pinching on my saw and trying to go in the wrong direction. Here I left easily 2 inches of hinge for the tree to fall with. Probably should have cut through it a little bit quicker. You can see a lot of it pulling out here. If I maybe removed another inch or so of hinge, it probably would have fallen a little bit smoother. One of the things that made me nervous is the tree started to split as I started cutting through the back part of the hinge to drop it. So rather than continuing the cut through the hinge like I normally do as it falls, I just walked away and went towards my escape route, because if that thing barber chaired on me, I didn't want it to whack me, because that could end badly. So I'd rather just let the tree do what it's going to do, walk away, and it all turned out good. So I'm not going to record the limbing of the tree and all that, but if you want to see that, you get a couple of videos I just edited and put out. If you like this type of video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. Definitely don't forget to hit the bell notification so you get notified of when we put out all these types of videos: tree work, sawmilling, tree cutting, logging, woodworking, firewood, and all that type of related stuff. I always appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, please definitely give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot. And you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool, Take care, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.